This hilarious tearjerker about her husband Donnie's cancer and death at 48 is so confidently told, written in such an easy style, a mix of Las Vegas and medical protocol and calling out all the death and dying cliches. Here's a hint. When she asks Danny to give her a sign that he's okay when he goes to the other side, he waits a while before he responds, barbecue smoke. Well, you know it's got to be a deft, sure hand of an experienced writer at the keyboard, and I'm not going to give away the sausage part, which is tremendous, and her father's near simultaneous widowerhood. No way, because I know you're all going to read it for yourself. Please welcome Corrie Clements to the biggest stage in the world.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you, Evergreen, Bushwick, Bowery, the guy who got me banned on Reddit. All right, here we are. So many lines. Google estimates that there are currently 171,146 English words in use. Yet, when someone dies, we find ourselves not knowing what to say, or worse, repeating the phrases like, everything happens for a reason, or they're in a better place. I've spoken these words before many times, but now that I'm a widow, these empty platitudes feel patronizing. I can't help but think, what reason? What is the reason a man should be taken away from his 5 children in his 40s? Furthermore, when my husband was fighting for his life, the same people that were praying for him, why? Why do everything happen for a reasoners pray for Donnie? I mean, if one truly believes that everything happens for a reason, why bother praying for a different outcome? And when people say they're in a better place, do they mean heaven, or do they just mean anywhere but living? Because biblically speaking, no one goes to heaven until the resurrection, right? So is the better place the wooden box that the funeral home sold to me for $600? In the midst of my grief, have I missed Jesus Christ coming down for his people? Isn't there one person out there that could just say something like, this is straight bullshit. I mean, the situation is just fucked. And if the answer is no, why? Why are we so uncomfortable as a society with sadness, when sometimes life is sad? We're a positive vibes only kind of society, which basically means don't bring anything but happiness into my personal space. But I have to ask why? I wish we were a real vibes-only society. I wish we could communicate more effectively, especially about death, because it's something that affects us all. But wishes are for fairy tale characters, like Cinderella, who says, a dream is a wish the heart makes, which actually turns out to be some people's nightmare, as my 7-year-old once pointed out. The frozen section. In the grocery store, the masses come up to me and ask, are you okay? I mean, really okay? They ask with an intense stare, heads tilted, and close bodily proximity. There should be an are you okay daily quota for widows. I mean, it's just fucking exhausting. One time I fired back. What the fuck does that even mean, are you okay? Is anyone okay? Are we all just doing our best? Grocery stores are the worst for widows. Basically, we're sitting ducks. There's nowhere to hide, and there's always some asshole in produce that spots you and feels obligated to ask if you're okay, so they can report back to the living. Hey, remember so-and-so? Yeah, whose husband died? Well, I saw her at Price Chopper looking at artichokes, and guess what? She's okay. I mean, really okay. One of the worst encounters that I had after Donnie died was with a well-intended person that I ran into at the grocery store. Anyway, she asked, how are you and the kids doing? Holding up. I responded with my go-to phrase, we're doing the best we can. We're doing the best we can, taking it day by day. People normally seem satisfied enough with this response and leave me be. They normally say something like, that's all you can do, or let me know if you need anything, and that's a wrap. But this lady was particularly relentless in what she perceived as do-goodness talk with your local grocery store catch of the day. She went on and on about how some relative of a relative she knew had died of cancer, and how God works in mysterious ways, and how Donnie's death was a blessing that was just not revealed to me at this time. She then said, cancer's terrible, but at least you know what killed your husband, and at least he didn't kill himself. I stood there, mouth open. My body became as frozen as the Arby's curly fries and dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets that surrounded me. She proceeded. Can you believe how selfish some people are? Her hand crossed my face as she pulled out a red bag of tater tots and placed it in her basket. I still didn't move or speak, totally oblivious. She says, well, dear, it was good to run into you, and gives my hand a little pat with her hand that was cold to the touch. She ends with, let me know if you need anything, even if it's just someone to listen. I nodded no, but she didn't notice. Only after I could see her body towards the checkout did mine begin to thaw and pump blood again. I left my completely filled grocery cart in the frozen aisle and booked it for the sanctity of my car. This is the day I figured out my grocery app for online pickup. It's true, everything does happen for a reason.